Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing all right today. Welcome to Hood Action News. We're your host, Gigi.
I'm Usagi.
I mean,
And happy Black History Month. We're in like the final round of Black History Month, where it has been ratchet since day one. The shortest month of the year that they gave us is just ratchet. Just ratchet. Every year is just ratchet, and it's just become more ratchet. So we're going to make it less ratchetable. I made up a whole word, and we're going to talk about Black sitcoms from the 90s all the way up to the 2000s. So sit back, relax, and and just come on and enjoy yourself so we can talk about this. So I love the 90s sitcoms. I love the 2000 sitcoms, even the 80s, the ones in the 80s. But I grew up on a lot of this stuff. My childhood, I enjoyed it, watching it grow up. And to be honest, we don't see that type of interaction with Black sitcoms anymore. Everybody has to be up with the times and with the lingo and the slang, and it just feels different. And for me personally, one of my favorite sitcoms will forever be A Different World. I grew up on that because, of course, you got the Cosby guy. You ain't gonna say his name, but we just gonna say the C guy. Developed a lot of these shows, and The Different World was one of them. I enjoyed that show. I loved it. All the characters had me cracking up laughing. Freddie was my favorite because she was crazy. But then, she had this whole transformation when she, was in college and became a law major. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Freddie, girl, look at you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a very great show. And, we're going to talk about some of our first impressions of all the characters. For me, Dwayne, this little punk kid that was always trying to chase after Denise. If y'all watched the first episodes of A Different World, his love interest was Denise, but Denise decided to drop out. She didn't come back for the second season, so he started chasing after good old Whitley. And y'all know Whitley, Dwayne. That's she loved her some Dwayne. But before she got with Whitley, he was dating old girl, the girl, she's half black, half Japanese, her Kiku, and they got into it and they started dating and stuff like that. So you got them two, Miss Whitley, she's just bougie. You got Freddie, old crazy self, all about the revolution. Ron, a whole dog. Kim, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to get a major in being a doctor. And then you got Sinbad that played, I forgot his name. He was one of the people that used to live in the dorm with the guys. You had Letty, rest her soul. I think she had passed recently. Her, Mr. Gaines, rest his soul. He passed recently too. I love me Mr. Gaines, honey. And then when, all the new students came in, Jada Pinkett Smith, like all these new students came in. So yeah, like everybody. Oh, Jaleesa's character, I loved her character. She was one of my favorite characters. So yeah, like I love all those characters because you see them differently and their struggles and what they've been through college. I think one of my favorite episodes of A Different World was the one where Freddie had found parts of the Underground Railroad up underneath, the laundromat and stuff. I really liked that episode because Felicia Rashad was in that episode, and she was doing these interviews for jobs and stuff like that, and she was asking everybody what they wanted to do. So that was one of my favorite episodes. So what were y'all first impressions of everybody on A Different World, and what was y'all favorite moment or episode on there?
well, for me, like overall, all the characters, it's just like how you just see everyone is like a different walk of life. They all got different goals, and how they just all come together to help each other achieve them. I thought that was really cool. And of course, they had their crazy moments as well. And of course, Dwayne, he always was indecisive about what he wanted and who he wanted to chase after until it was the last minute, like most do. Well, yeah, that's kind of my overall.
Okay.
Um, well, so can you repeat that, Nuna?
What was your first impressions of everybody from a different world in your favorite episode?
Well, my first impressions of a different world was like, you know, everybody had some sort had everyone had there was diversity, and there was like, you got black, you got different shades of black and brown, you got like you got like, you know, you got like, not like, you know, people of color and all that stuff. And, it was like, you know, I thought it was a great, really show where people like blend in into their own, blend in without trying too hard to fit in with the standard. So, and one of my favorite episodes would have to be the Tupac episode.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I know this man fine, but oh my God. But anyway, that Tupac episode that just made me just realize, man, I'm really falling in love with this man. And it's just like, it was beautiful.
Did y'all see that episode? I remember that episode where they went to this college. It was Hillman versus this other college. Ron didn't go into the game, so he sold his tickets and he won the bet. They had spray painted the N word with a hard R on his car, and they had went to jail. I remember that episode. That was a real episode because they touched on a lot about race in that episode, and I like the topics that they talked about. They talked about like consent. They talked about pregnancy in college. They talked about it all, honey. There was an episode where Whitley experienced racism, the one where she was at the store and the lady didn't want to sell her, the stuff in the store. And Freddie was like, I don't know why you want to go to the store to all these white people when they treat you bad. And Freddie was telling her the truth, but you know how Whitley is, you know what I'm saying? But Whitley finally got it together. So they tackle some serious subjects on that show. And, I enjoyed it. And it made you feel like, okay, this is a show where I'm just like, okay, there is a black college out there for me with people that look like me out there, and I can go. That's what I really loved about A Different World. Now, we got Living Single. Now, I was always ready at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when Living Single came on Thursday nights on Fox. Ready. I was ready, honey. I love that show. Maxine was my girl, okay? I love me some Maxine. I love me some Khadijah. Both of Khadijahs. Khadijah here on the show. Yes, girl. I love Khadijah. I love me some Sinclair with her crazy behind. Kyle Barker. Oh my God, that man is just handsome. I love him. I love him. Oh, I like Overton with his crazy behind. That was a great show. It was, and that show, Friends stole the idea of that show. But they're white, and it blew up. Even the guy, David Schwimmer, the guy that plays Ross, even said it. I'm like, I'm glad you admitted it, that you stole the idea, but Living Single is better than Friends. It's funnier than Friends, and we can relate from Living Single. They talked about race, they talked about dating, they talked about a lot of subjects, which I enjoyed. Oh, I can't forget about our girl Queen Regine, girl, with them weaves. She had more weaves than SM Entertainment, honey. I enjoy.
Now she had her wig game on point all the time.
All the time. Hey Cam, he's here in the chat. Hey Cam.
Hey Cam.
Hey Cam.
So what were y'all first impressions of the characters in Living Single and your favorite episode?
Well, for me, with Khadijah, I just thought if like a strong, independent woman that is trying to make a name for herself, no matter what the price is. I'm like, this is someone that keeps you motivated, because no matter what that she had to go through, she still made a way to survive, and that's pretty much what it is with Black women.
Right.
And then with Max, I love Max.
Me
She's
too.
crazy, and I love that she's a lawyer, that she really knows how to help people in their cases and really kind of like push the envelope. Even like with her job with those two guys that was giving her a hard time, she still held her ground. I really love that about her.
Right.
Sinclair, she's just like, with Golden Girls Rose, she reminds me of a Black Rose. That's
yes,
what
she
Sinclair
does.
This bubbly and ditzy at the same time. She just in another world by herself, just like Rose Nyland. That's what Sinclair reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Kyle, I love Kyle too, his deep, sexy voice. I love him. And he also is someone who's trying to, make it up to the big time, and he also stood his ground. Like that one episode where they were saying, oh, maybe he needed to cut his hair, he said, I will not. And
yes.
Like, okay.
Yes, I love that episode. Yes.
So I love Kyle, and Overton, him and his wrench and hammer, like he's like, let me touch my tools now. I love it. But yeah, overall, my favorite episode was when they went back in time and there was the Flavorettes.
Yes, I remember that episode.
That was great.
One of my favorite Living Single, my favorite Living Single episode is when they had planned on breaking in the apartment upstairs, and Khadijah had a ski mask and she had a grappling hook, everything, and they was gonna break in the apartment. And he broke in there. The reason why is because Max made a skin flick, and Kyle and his girlfriend was watching it.
Oh my god!
Cause and they had to go back in the apartment and break and get it, and they almost did. And Kyle and Maxine was at the window, and she almost got in, and Kyle closed the window on her. I was like, "Why you do her like that? Why you do her like that?" Or that one episode where, okay, y'all know they always have reoccurring guests. So Heavy D was a reoccurring guest. He used to date Regine and stuff. And so, Regine has her own business now. She's a wedding coordinator. So he's about to get married to Vivica A. Fox, okay? So Vivica was out here cheating on this man the day before the wedding. And Regine was like, I don't know if I should say something, because Regine got this big old mouth. So Khadijah's like, you got to say something, or if you do, it's gonna ruin the whole wedding. That episode was funny because the whole time Max is like, you think I should go to the buffet before they close it? So she can eat. That woman can eat. She can eat. I love her. I love me some Max, man. That's a hard-working lady, man. She didn't take no crap from nobody. No crap for nobody. And I love Kyle and her relationship. Oh, they are so cute together.
Yeah.
I hated that episode when they broke up at the concert. I was so sad. I was like, I don't want y'all to break.
Got kicked out.
Yes. But they got back together, ended up having a whole baby. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cute. In honesty, I did not like the new guy they added on the show. They added a whole light-skinned brother on there. I'm just like,
oh, I know the dude you talking about. Yeah.
What's his name? Trip. I did not like his character. Like, he added nothing to the show.
He really didn't.
I didn't like him. He wasn't my favorite character, and I was just like, why is he here? This guy's boring. So, yeah, I think he was
aggravating in the Temptation movie, too.
Girl, yes, he was. Oh, my. Now you reminded me who he was. I'm like, oh, here he is. His ass. I didn't like him. And y'all know the reason why Kyle left the show? Because they wasn't paying him enough. That's why he left.
Oh.
And also,
and they blackballed him.
And they tried to fire, not Kim Fields, but the other Kim, the one that played Kim Coles. She's the one that plays Sinclair. They tried to fire her because she started gaining weight, and they said she was too big. And she was, and Queen Latifah's like, no, we're not. You're not about to fire her. Not for her weight. We're not doing that. And Queen Latifah put a stop to that.
As she should.
Because she was, Kim Coles used to work on Living Single. Not Living Single. She used to work on A Living Color. Keenen Ivory Wayans got upset because she was more funnier than his sister. And so they took her off the show. So then she found her big break on Living Single, and she been popping ever since. And I thought that was crazy. I'm like, your sister jealous of her? It's not even that serious, but it's whatever. I'm just glad that, you know what I'm saying, that this show, I really like that show. And I like the way how they low-key was wearing those HBCU shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really, a way of like, getting your subconscious to be like, oh, go to a black university. Go to a black university. I thought that was dope. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then we have Martin. Martin. Martin is absolutely hilarious. I don't care what episode it is. It takes me out. Martin is a fool anyway. He's a fool. The man is a fool, okay? Tommy, rest his soul, he ain't got no job. But I love me some Tommy. Pam, I love Pam. Gina, big old waterhead. Cole living with his mama. You know what I'm saying? Shanae, I love me some Shanae. I love me Mama Payne. Then you got, who is the karate dude? What's his name?
Jack Dragonfly Jones, I think.
That dude is funny. That dude is all. Remember the dude he always had with like, where my money at? I need my money. I gotta pay my rent. He ain't never had his money. He beats him up and runs his pocket. That dude, Jerome, and then you have the police. What's the police officer name? I forgot his name. The old man.
I can't remember, but yeah, he's crazy too.
Yes, he's funny. And then you got Martin. He plays a white dude at the office. That dude that works with Gina. And then you have you got Aggravated Man and Angry Man. Y'all know Aggravated Man. Y'all ain't never seen Aggravated Man? Aggravated Man he just this dude that gets mad and will tell Martin, sit your ass down. That's Aggravated Man.
Oh yeah.
And then you got the little boy. He plays that little short boy with the snot in his nose, always messing with Gina. Him. That little boy is bad, but you got a whole bunch of different characters on that show. And y'all, what's y'all first impressions of all the characters and your favorite, episode? Because I'm gonna tell you my favorite episode. Y'all go ahead.
Girl, my favorite episode would have to be, oh God, that camping trip episode where Martin had that possum on him.
That possum is everywhere. It follows him everywhere.
I'm just like, where's this possum coming from? I'm just like, and then Gina, Lord Jesus. Oh God. That was a camping trip gone wrong. And then Martin tried to kill it, but it still came to life. Bless his heart. My goodness.
You cannot watch that show while eating. Your stomach gonna start hurting.
Not even spicy noodles.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
Absolutely not. No.
Especially the 2X hot noodles. Oh my God.
Ooh, child.
Like that
I would be somewhere I'd be somewhere calling for Reverend Trimble to help me.
No, because I feel like that would have been a nail in the coffin right there. but that was my favorite episode.
What about you, AE?
So, my first impressions of everyone, Martin, I'm just like, this man ain't got no sanity, period.
Yeah.
Tommy, I'm like, for someone who ain't got no job, you the one who dresses the nicest out of everybody.
Right.
And how you stay having dates and stuff and getting the draws when you ain't got no job. Pam, of course, I'm just like, I love every time she roasts Martin. Every single time. I love me some Pam.
Yes.
Gina, I'm like, girl, you are way too whiny. I'm sorry. My first impression of Gina is like, she whines way too much.
Yes.
And then Cole, he be taking me out with them bird noises he be making.
Oh, that go.
I think one of my favorite episodes is when Tommy Davidson was on there, and he had his television show, and he was trying to act like he was going to have Martin on the show, and he never let him up there. Yes. And then he pretty much ruined the show, and I think that's the one where Jodeci was on there, right?
Yes. Oh my God. You know, Jodeci really got mad at him for real for doing that.
They wanted to beat him up.
That was a good show. It was like the Barnell Show, shaboing boing. Martin is a fool. Something's wrong with him. Something's wrong with him. Ain't no way, because the stuff he does. I have two favorite episodes. That episode where Martin had to go to court. And he had everybody up there as eyewitnesses, and Tommy went up there, and he was like, Tommy, what does GTD mean? He said, damn it, Tommy, we're in a court of law, and you're in front of this judge. What does GTD mean? Got the draws, and he pulled the draws out. The bailiff dancing, everybody in the damn, like, everybody started getting up, talking about got the draws, and I'm like, I cannot believe this man did this. And then that episode where he thought somebody stole his CD player, and he had that fake dog. And the dog, he was carrying it by his neck, and it was a stuffed dog. I'm like, something's wrong with him. And then Bruhman told him, Bruhman the one that stole it. And he was like, you stole it? He said, yeah, I wrote a note and put it up under your sink in the bathroom. He said, why you do that? 'Cause you ran out of toilet paper. I'm like, I was... Oh, and y'all remember that episode when they got snowed in and they sent Cole out to get the pizza?
So funny.
and they was looking at Tommy Head talking about, man, I sure do want me some milk duds.
Wait, was it when they were, I think that, wasn't they like, well, no, I'll tell you, but go ahead, Gigi.
No, like, go ahead. We could probably figure out what episode it is.
But that, I've seen this one episode where Martin and Gina, they like, I don't know if they were trying to sell their apartment, and then then this couple trying to like scam them or some shit.
I can't remember what
I don't know.
I can't remember the episode. I gotta. I know that.
I don't remember that one either.
Yeah, I know what the episode when they got snowed in. He talking about I don't want to pay the $5. They thinking that it's $500. This Negro, it was only $5.
Oh. Lord Jesus.
Oh, we can't forget about Stan, y'all. Stan.
Oh, the radio, the guy who owned the radio place.
Yes, good old Stan, old cheap behind.
Like that episode that he was talking to Sinead, and Sinead was just roasting him. Like, I've seen you before in my history book. Did you create peanut butter, or was you one of the bus boys? I'm like,
no. in on Gina. When she goes in on Gina, it is funny.
Yes.
Y'all remember when Gina had lost them basketball tickets and she made her work at her salon?
Yeah, because she accidentally threw them out. Come to find out, Sinead had them the whole time digging through the trash.
That was funny. She had Gina wearing that weave and everything, and then she was doing, what was her name, Miss Martha hair, and her hair started falling out. And then before that, she had to do her toes. Oh my goodness!
And they had to get freaking sandblast.
And they put that perm on her head, and her hair started falling out. And they told her, and she was like, "Shanae, what's wrong? I got to go home and season my gizzards."
Oh my god!
We gotta love us some Jerome. Yeah. I remember when he won Player of the Year. I love some Jerome. Jerome in the house. I say Jerome in the house. Ooh, house, ooh, house. Watch your mouth. Yeah, good old Jerome. Oh, one more guy. Remember that one dude that works on cars and all he does is singing, "Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? Don't you know?"
Oh God.
He had that one song and that was it. Don't you know no good? Martin can play so many characters, man. All these characters. And that was what's talented about him. You know, he was able to just incorporate all that. And, you know, Cole. Y'all remember when Cole finally got his girlfriend, Shanice? And she was just as stupid as him.
Right. Because he was messing around with Big Shirley for the longest.
Did we ever see Big Shirley's face?
No. We saw her bra once, but that's it.
Oh my God.
I never seen Big Shirley. I think I just saw her arm or her bra, her arm, and that was it. Didn't like Big Shirley had like 6 kids?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm drinking this lemonade. I think Big Shirley has some kids too. And he said something to Big Shirley one day, and he had a neck brace on and broke his arm, and that was like, what happened? Big Shirley fell on me. I said, on you?
How does one kid get trampled on?
That's Big Shirley. I
didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, you must have made her mad. But my favorite character on Martin will always be Bruh Man.
Yes, Bruh Man with his sandwiches.
Girl, remember that time, you know, when Martin got fired and they had closed the station and they went to go sell those Whitney Houston shirts, but on them they said Whitney Hunting. Bruh Man spelt it wrong, and it wasn't even Whitney Houston on the damn shirts. It was Bruh Man the bad wig. And they tried to run. Martin ran, but the crowd caught up to Bruh Man, and he don't know if Bruh Man was alive or not. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I love me some Bruh Man. I love me some Bruh Man. He's funny. He trying to get him something to eat, and he leave out the window.
Out the window.
Y'all know this man can never go out the front door. Never go out the front.
He said, well, I guess I'll just leave the way I came in and go through the window.
And don't y'all notice every Thanksgiving episode something happened? Who put the draws in the turkey?
Oh my goodness.
Y'all remember the episode where somebody had to put the draws in the turkey?
I don't remember that.
No, it was Cole that did it. He put his draws in the turkey.
Oh. Ew.
And then Gina cut the turkey, and the turkey wasn't even done. The turkey started bleeding.
Oh, no. Goodness.
It must have been done with cooking with Jack.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, man,
It was
Martin.
still bleeding. That's the juice. That ain't blood. That's the juice. Remember?
You talk about cooking with Jack? It's the juice. It's all that flavorful juice.
That's that juice.
Oh man,
That's
but
that juice.
But we're gonna go to the next show. So Saya, you want to talk about 101? If y'all don't know 101, it's got Kyla Pratt in it, and it's got Flex Alexander, who should have never played Michael Jackson, that's in there. And
that's before the band.
Yes, I really enjoyed that show. It's a good coming of age show. I didn't like the one where it's set in California and they're on their own, because the way it just ended abruptly, I didn't like it. And the fact that she slept with Ray J, Ray J of all people, that was just weird. That was just weird. I just didn't like the way it ended at all. It just ended right then and there abruptly. We didn't hear from the show ever since. So yeah, but I really enjoyed 101. You know, it's about a single father taking care of his daughter, you know what I'm saying, in the city, and she's experiencing teenage life with her friends. You know what I'm saying? She has her boyfriend. He's a cutie pie too. So
he's still fine to this day.
Show is with his nice and delicious self. I'm like, okay, who's this boy? Because I used to watch that show. I'm like, who is him? And can I get a piece of him, please?
Right, like my boyfriend. Like,
yeah, let me get a piece of them cakes. Yes. But I liked all the characters on the show. It was nice. But like, what were y'all impressions of the show and the characters, and how did y'all enjoy it? Because let me tell you something about Dwayne, Flex friend. Something was wrong with him.
Literally,
something was wrong with him. But yeah, y'all go ahead. Tell us about your, the show and how y'all felt about it, and your favorite characters and whatnot.
Well, for me, I feel like, Flex was my favorite because he had the most personality and he was really funny on the show. Like all his he had some adventures too, not just Kyla Pratt character. He was going through, dating, trying to figure out parenthood while still trying to have a life of his own. So yeah, I really like Flex's character, and Kyla Pratt's character, of course, she was just being a typical teenager, don't want to follow the rules, just acting up, and all that type of stuff. And yeah, I just feel like overall it is good because they had some really good bonding episodes as well. And it's kind of like they're trying to compromise, I'll give you this if you give me this type of situation. I think, yeah, it's a really good show overall.
Yeah.
So my first impressions of the show, this ought to be interesting. And then, I thought it was a really good show where, everyone reciprocated their own, basically there was equal understanding, there was reciprocation. I loved how everyone just cooperated with each other. It's just okay, we need this IRL. Why can't people be like this now IRL?
True.
Right. Did you like the spinoff when they were when they all moved out or was in college in California? Did you like that spinoff?
I could take it. I could take it or leave it.
Right.
I still like the original.
For me, I'm the original type of person. I don't too much care about the spin-offs or anything like that.
Right. Yeah,
I can't think of one good spin-off. Anyone got any good spin-offs? Because I can't think of not one.
Well, I know 101 they did have Cuts, which was Marquise Houston, who was Flex's cousin, who had his own barbershop, but that wasn't even on one season. It was something, but other than that, no. Nah. No. I can't think of no spinoff. But the way they did it, in the 70s was kind of interesting because Okay, so there's a show called All in the Family. All in the Family was a spinoff of Maude. Maude is the spinoff of All in the Family, and then Good Times is a spinoff from All in the Family, and then The Jeffersons is actually a spinoff from All in the Family, which became successful shows. But Norman Lear was really good at what he used to do back then with that kind of stuff. But now with spinoffs, they're just, I don't know. And I don't know. It's just salt and pepper, no seasoning, nothing. It's not good. They even have like a spinoff of CSI. And I'm just like, how many CSIs do you have to have? How many people who have to die until we figure out what else they're gonna do? No. Even with Law and Order, they had like a spinoff of Law and Order. They had to cancel that because that was so bad. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, how many Law and Orders did they have to be? How many? Can we stop, please? I don't know. So I don't know. I haven't seen any good spinoffs at all. I hope they don't.
Speaking of Law and Order, rest in peace, Munch.
Yes, Munch, man. I love me some Munch, man. Y'all know Munch. He was cool. Like, this guy used to, Richard Belzer, he used to be a comedian back in the 70s. He was in Scarface. He was in a whole bunch of movies. And then he started doing Law and Order. And that dude was like really cool, man. He used to wear his sunglasses, little glasses on and stuff. That was a cool dude, man. I liked him. He
was one of my favorite characters on Law and Order.
Sure was him. I loved me so much, and I'm just like, dog, man. He was a good character too. There was another one from Law and Order that passed away, but he was from the original Law and Order. But yeah, man, like there were some good characters on Law and Order, and he's gonna be missed because that guy was great character. Mm-hmm. I know Ice-T heard about that. Because they were partners on the show.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
It is.
Do we see any more black sitcoms that we used to have back in the day?
Well, you can't forget the Parkers.
Oh yes, the Parkers. So y'all know Moesha. You had Moesha, and then the spinoff was the Parkers. So you know what? That's a good spinoff though.
Okay, yeah.
Good spinoff. I really enjoyed the Parkers because I just enjoyed it. Now, I did not like how they made Kim to be stupid. I noticed that towards the ending of the show, they made her like an idiot. And then, that white girl, she had money and she was able to help her out. I just felt like they left her just to be an idiot. That's the only thing I hated about it. And I also just hated that they made Monique feel like the only man she could be with was Professor Ogilvy. And let's be real, Professor Ogilvy was not all of that.
Right.
He wasn't.
Like,
just because he had a curl fro.
Like what? Look. All I'm saying is, my question is, what did he even bring? What did he give in the show?
Exactly.
Like, he gave nothing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing.
He just gave nothing but verbal abuse. That's all he gave.
He was so ugly towards her. I hated the way he treated her. He always called her crazy. I felt so embarrassed because I'm just like, you just treating her so bad. And let's be real, Monique looked pretty on the show. I loved her outfits and everything.
Oh, yes.
Her makeup was on point, everything.
And like she's taking care of her daughter by herself, and this man is just sitting here dogging this girl out, and I'm just like, excuse me, just because you use the same hair care products as Genuine don't mean nothing.
Girl.
No, man, he got on my nerves. I like Aunt Dale. Rest in peace to her. If y'all didn't know, she passed away years ago. She had aggressive cancer.
Years ago.
She had very aggressive cancer. Very aggressive cancer. And what's sad about it was that, she wasn't in like a very good financial state for her to get the help she needed, and she passed away. And I hated that. I loved her character. I loved her when she was on Moesha. Yeah. I loved her on there. I love it when she was on Friday. Y'all remember when she was on Friday? When she came out the car and took her wig off? She talking about, I look like Janet Jackson. I love her. R.I.P. to her. She was a really good character. I enjoyed her. But Kim, she was my favorite. I loved her. Yeah, the white girl I could do without. She was just there.
Yeah, Stevie. Yeah. She's just a background character.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my goodness. Tyrell, I don't know. His face made me upset looking at it for some reason. I don't know. Them eyebrows. He had some eyebrows on him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I enjoyed that show. It was a good show. It was great. They talked about some interesting subjects and whatnot, but yeah, good show. And let me tell you something about Moesha, and people can sit up here and they can disagree, but Frank was a trash father, and I hate when people say that, oh, he did the best he could. No, Frank is trash. He sat up here and had a child outside of his marriage, and then had the nerve to sit up here and say that was his nephew and all this stuff, and no wonder Moesha was mad at him. So no, he was a trash father. He always treated her bad. And every time Miles did something, oh, it's okay, Miles. No. So yeah, Frank was a trash father. And he needs to let that hairline go. Can somebody tell him to let the hairline go? Y'all seen that hairline of his? Oh, my goodness.
How bad can it get?
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know what's going on with that hairline, child. That literally
is... It ain't as bad as Shikamaru's hairline.
Oh my goodness, ma'am.
Let's be grateful for that.
I'm sorry, that took me out. It took me out. Ooh, Jesus.
Girl. That hairline is giving jagged edge.
Oh,
listen, it ain't his fault. He had to put a lot on his back, making all them war plans for everybody to survive. Now, anybody's hairline out. Leave him alone.
I'm sorry. Girl, let me stop.
But y'all, thank y'all for coming through to the podcast tonight. We appreciate it. We had a good time. We will see y'all tomorrow night, and we will see y'all Wednesday night. With that being said, y'all have a good night. I'm Gigi.
I'm Usagi.
I'm me.
And y'all have a good night and take care of your hairline. I'll see y'all later.